Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss with you the new theory called as molecular orbital theory. In short, it is also called as MOT. That is short form of molecular orbital theory. Before discussing this theory, already you know what is the VBT theory, valence bond theory, what is crystal field theory, and what are their limitations. Okay. Now, molecular orbital theory is developed by the scientist Sir J. Van Blake in 1935. According to this, it overcomes all the possibilities from the electrostatic force of attraction to covalent interactions. Also, it overcomes drawbacks related to VBT as well as CFT. As this molecular orbital theory is complicated one, as far as seeing the point of view from the calculations, it is most useful for the octahedral complexes. Also, on the extreme one hand, when in a overlap which is not taking place in a ionic interaction as well as in an extreme position where the overlap takes place. That is, in other words, we can easily say that it includes or it overcomes the ionic to covalent interactions in the very fruitful way. Now, just going to this theory, we have to first study the basis for the MOT theory. Okay, now see here. As far as its basics is considered, for the formation of octahedral complexes, we have to know about the metal group orbitals, and the ligand group orbitals. According to the group theory, there are certain specifications from the designation of S, P, D orbitals. Okay, already you know there is one S orbital, P orbital, P is of Px, Py, Pz, and D is of two cations, that is T2G and Eg orbitals. Now, how the molecular orbital theory is on the basis how many molecular orbitals are formed from the atomic orbitals. In this molecular orbital theories, atomic orbitals of central metal ion combines with the same priority of atomic orbitals of the ligands with the LGOs to form the molecular orbitals. Now, from formation of a molecular orbitals, we must know what is the designation for S, P and D orbitals in the language of octahedral complex according to the group theory. For the formation of the molecular orbitals, MOs, the atomic orbitals must possess first similar or comparable energies Second, appreciable overlap of orbitals. And third point is going on this is that is the same symmetry. Same symmetry. Which point we have to consider here? For the atomic orbitals should possess for the formation of molecular orbitals, that is molecular orbitals are formed from the combination of the atomic orbitals of central metal ion with the ligand group orbitals. Okay. For that purpose, atomic orbitals, in short it is called as AOs, should possess similar or comparable energies, appreciable overlap of orbitals and same symmetry. For this criteria, we have to study the group theory. Because of this group theory is not in our syllabus, we have to just follow the table according to the group theory given to the metal ion orbitals along with the ligand group orbitals. So one by one, we will see here. According to group theory, the classification of metal ion orbitals with symmetry class element as symmetry class element as here first is table serial number metal orbitals class of symmetry distribution symmetry first, second, third and fourth. First is of S orbital. It is denoted according to group theory, that is equal to A1G. Second is about Px, small py, small pz. It can be denoted in commonly, that is the word small t, 1u. Third is about the combination of the d orbitals of one set, that is of a T2g orbitals. Okay. First we will write the Eg orbitals, that is, which are the Eg orbitals, that is dx square minus y square and dz square. They are denoted as, you know, that is known as a Eg. And fourth is nothing but, that is the dxy, dyz and dxz. They are denoted by, you know, the symbol that is known as the T2g. Okay. According to group theory, these are the class of symmetry or symbols for these such orbitals of the metal ion. Okay. S orbital. It is, however, we have to know in the octahedral complex, that is A1G. In Px, Py, Pz, it is called as T1U. Eg, that is the orbitals which are located along the axis, and the orbitals which are located between the axis, that is d orbitals, are known as the T2G. Okay. This criteria is only for the metal orbitals. Now what is about the ligands? In the same fashion, the ligand group orbitals are classified as, that is classification of ligands. Okay. What are the classification? Ligand group orbitals, and class of symmetry, as here. First, there are three classes only. First is summation of S, summation of, which is the Px, summation of Py, summation of Pz. Okay. Summation of dx square minus y square. Okay. And summation of d z square. Okay. Now these are in the language of group theory. They are also denoted as capital A1G. Here T1U. Okay. And these are called as EG. Okay. Now you must know the specifications, their subscripts and their numbers. In the introduction of the assumptions of the molecular orbital theory, we will discuss this. Okay. But in short, we will discuss here, that is, in s orbital, which is called as, in the language of group theory, that is called as A1G. A1G means that is non-degenerate one. That is non-degenerate. Okay. T1U. T means triply degenerate. Triply degenerate. EG means that is doubly degenerate. Doubly degenerate. And T2G means triply degenerate. Triply degenerate orbitals. Now the suffix used are here, that is known as the G and U. According to group theory, the suffix G stands for Girardet and U stands for un-Girardet. What is the meaning of this Girardet and un-Girardet? According to group theory, if the molecule possesses center of symmetry, that is, if molecule possesses center of symmetry, it is called as Girardet. Okay. And if the molecule do not possess center of symmetry, that is, it is non-centrosymmetric, it is called as un-Girardet. Scientifically, Girardet means E1, that is called as E1, and un-Girardet means un-E1. Okay. That is, the molecule possess center of symmetry is called as Girardet, that is called G, and the molecule do not possess center of symmetry, it is called as un-Girardet, that is the un-E1. Now we will discuss the diagrammatic representation of these orbitals. Which are these orbitals? That is A1G, T1U, EG and T2G orbitals. See here, diagrammatic representation of the formation of the octahedral complex along with the center metal ion and ligands. See here, what is the distribution? Combination of metal ion sigma orbital. Combination of metal ion sigma orbitals. Okay, see here how these orbitals are formed. First is formation of MO A1G. Formation of MO A1G. Okay, see here. What is the diagram here? This is the x-axis, this is the z, and this is the y. S orbital, one s orbital of metal ion plus ligands that are denoted on this axis. It is known as x, z and y here. Okay, we can draw it as here as like this. That is ligand group orbitals of 1s, okay, gives rise to this Okay, now in this fashion, that is, one is bonding molecular orbital that is called as A1G. Okay, likewise this is designated as here Y, Z and X. Okay, now one by one we will draw here for the T2G orbitals. Okay, second here this is the first 1s orbital. Now second, formation of T1U orbital. Okay, that is the bonding molecular orbital. See here, I will draw here the diagrams. First is of Px, second is Py, and third one is, that is the Pz. Okay, one by one we will draw the diagram here. This is Y, this is Z, this is X. Also plus this is X, Z, Y. X, Z, Y. X, Z, Y. This is our Px. Therefore, we can draw here overlap as like this. See here. First is overlap is as like this. This is minus, this is plus. Okay, here Py. X, Z, Y. Py means like here. Minus, plus. Okay, Pz. X, Y and Z. Here Z orbital. Minus, plus. Okay, this is Pz, this is Py. Okay, and this is a Px. Now, combines with this ligand group orbitals, LGOs of Px, LGOs of Py, LGOs of Pz. Okay, now see here. Here Px means what? This. Px here, Py, and here also Pz. Pz. Now formation of these orbitals are as follows. See here. First is Px. Now here along x-axis, this is plus, minus, and from this fashion, that is here, the orbital can overlap here as like this. This is a Z, this is a Y, and this is a Px. Okay, Px of ammones. Now here, or here also. Here X, Z, and here Y. Okay. Now here also this orbital is taken as here also in this fashion. That is this is of also a Py from this position. From this position. Okay, this is minus, this is plus Py. And from Z axis, which is the Z axis? That is this Z axis, that is this is of Z axis. This is X, this is a Y, and this is a Z. And these orbitals are commonly, these orbitals are known as, that is the T1U. That is the combination of Px, Py and Pz. Now remaining orbitals are which? That is the Ag orbitals. Okay. See here. Just you have to look out this at the diagram and you have to carry out. Okay. Now combination of Ag orbitals. Dx square minus y square Ag orbitals. First is dx square minus y square. This is a x, this is a y. Okay. X square minus y square, for that purpose we have to only draw two axes for the simplicity here as like this. Okay. That is in between the axis. That is this. This is the x, this is the y. Okay. Now this is the dx square minus y square. Okay. Plus ligand group orbitals of this x square minus y square as, that is equal to, this is a y axis, this is a x axis, like this of this is a ligand group orbitals of dx square minus y square. Okay. Now the z square orbitals. Okay. The z square orbital is what? That is this orbital. That is in between the z axis. X and z axis here. Here the orbital is known as this is dz square. Okay. This is x and this is the z. Here in the lobes there are only a nucleus and here is a negative sign. The electron density is maximum at here. Thus we can write here on the combination of metal ion along with the ligand group orbitals. In the formation of octahedral complex, there are totally how many orbitals can take part in a sigma bond formation with octahedral complex and how many orbitals can take part in a pi bonding orbitals? See here. In the formation of metal ion with ligands, totally how many orbitals? That is, first is 3p orbital, 4s orbital and 3d orbitals. Okay. Now How many orbitals are totally here? That is 4s, that is the one orbital. 3p means that is equal to 3px, 3py and 3pz, that is equal to 3 orbitals. This is one orbital, and d orbital is of how many categories? That is equal to 5, that is equal to T2g, and here Eg. But T2g are located between the axes, therefore they cannot take part in a along the direction. They can form only the pi bonds. Therefore, Eg orbitals are considered here. How many Eg orbitals? That is 2 orbitals. Totally in the bond formation, how many orbitals are required? That is 3 plus, how many? That is 3 plus 1 plus 2. 3 plus 1, 4 is equal to 6. That is 6 bonding orbitals of metal ion with ligands are formed with a antibonding 6 molecular orbitals. 6 antibonding molecular orbitals are also a form. Now, according to the group theory, what are its mathematical equations forms here? In the formation of the mathematical form, we can write here as LGOs can be constructed by construction of LGOs. Okay. Now, how the LGOs are constructed here? See here, first is A1G dash is equal to sigma of S T1U is equal to sigma of Px, sigma of Py, sigma of Pz. That is equal to 1 upon root 2, okay, into, in bracket, sigma of x minus sigma of minus x. Okay, therefore for y-axis, that is 1 upon root 2, sigma of y minus sigma of minus y. These are the coordinate axes, and of pz axis, that is equal to 1 upon root 2 sigma of z minus sigma of z. As the s orbital is the symmetrical one, there is a sum of all the coordinate axes, that is sigma x plus sigma minus x plus sigma y plus sigma of minus y plus sigma of z plus sigma of minus z. Thus, LGOs can be constructed. Now, in the fashion of A1G and T1U, how they are constructed, this point is we will study in the next lecture. I hope that you will all enjoy this lecture. If you like my channels, please subscribe, share the videos. Thank you.